one of the biggest mistakes that people make with goal setting is actually not having goals in the first place. When I talk to most people, they will always say, I want to make more money, or I want to be more successful, or I want to have more things. But what I call those are not goals, those are wishes and dreams. A real goal is that they actually put it on paper, they write down the date when they need to achieve it, specifically what they want, and that it's ultimately realistic. And when people do that, it becomes real. So I would challenge everybody out there that you gotta write down your goals, and once your goals are down on paper, now you gotta act them out. At Training for Warriors, lifting weights and sprinting are staples in our program, because having trained some of the best athletes in the world and seen the training of the best athletes in the world, that's how they train. They lift heavy and they sprint. And in the fitness industry, for some reason, I see so many workouts being developed today that probably aren't about the results as much as they are about either fancy equipment or just having some kind of crazy new workout style or name. But ultimately, we cannot deny that resistance training is going to build the muscles, the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, and the sprint training is going to stimulate the nervous system and is a great form of metabolic training to help burn fat. So at Training for Warriors, we're going to make sure that we do both. It's still going to be fun, but we're going to lift heavy and sprint. As part of TFW, the culture and the community that we've created is the most important piece. So I think before you ever worry about the workout or the equipment, you've got to make sure that you're around the right people, but you've also created something bigger that they can be part of. And that's what we've done at Training for Warriors. And ultimately, then it's their job, or the job of a fitness owner, to be able to create a culture or community where they work as well. And I think making sure that you pay attention to that and making sure that you're working towards that always should be an important part of your job. Professionalism, I think, is one of the most important things that we have to instill back into fitness training today. And my big three, I would say, number one, if you're going to be a fitness professional, you need to be fit. So what do I mean there? You've got to eat right. You've got to do the exercise. You've got to get enough sleep. This is part of the job. Now, number two on that list, it's not just about being fit, it's also about interpersonal connections. So I think the fitness professional has to be able to study communication and how to make sure that we can get people to do the things that we want them to do. And finally, in both of those that we just talked about, we're talking about professional or personal development. I think people have to continually develop themselves and set a goal that self-development is one of the biggest things that they seek out. So the books that they're reading, the people that they're surrounding themselves with, this will be what changes them, but it'll only happen if they commit to it.